Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly shop steward today, because today we're carrying on with our ongoing campaign, playing Paizo Publishing's outstanding fantasy RPG, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the remastered edition now. And we are playing in our custom setting of the Spires of Paridar, a setting, a Coalpunk setting of occult conspiracy, class disparity, and industrial progress. And with me today are the stars, the illuminators themselves, the stars of the Spires of Paridar campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got Sean.
Hey, I'm playing Golag, son of Doc. He is a orc witch detective.
Very nice. Next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Basil Rathbone, who is an Isoki investigator.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Darren.
Hello, Darren here. I am playing Dr. Adam Ersprung, who is a created flesh warp inventor and currently without Igor.
Yeah, that's correct. Or consciousness, too. Yep. Guys, what happened last time?
Got beaten up.
Yeah, it was pretty much all in the warehouse, I think. I mean, 95% of it anyway. We arrived. I think last session we arrived. And we basically expected her for the most part. And she didn't disappoint. And in came a full hoe. She revealed herself, and we had a conversation confirming that we weren't going to get along. And
who is the she in this circumstance?
Ms. Fallows, Gwendolyn Fallows.
Yeah.
And her first host of unpleasant ne'er-do-wells came our way, which we dispatched over time, and then she reappeared with more unpleasantness, and took us on herself along with some compatriots, and we were able to beat her back, but she disappeared again, and we dispatched her her colleagues, as it were, or probably her minions. But we were pretty beat up and still in that warehouse, so we're just coming to.
That is correct. Anything to add, guys? I'm just going to find our warehouse district. Here we go.
I mean, we won. Let's focus on the positive.
Good point.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
Yeah.
I think Basil was last mouse standing, though.
Yeah. Let me do, oopsies. There you go. All right. So, our scene opens with Basil standing in a warehouse. And you may recall that you seemingly had been cast into a shadowed plane while fighting Gwendolyn Fallow in a seemingly altered form. Oof. Let's take a look at that again. What a looker, eh? My goodness. Yep. That lady is beach body ready here. In the sense she looks like driftwood. What you find is, while you heard the sound of things shattering and whatnot, Basil, as the shadowed form recedes, what you see is that you are still in that warehouse where you had been before. Dr. Ersprung is on the ground. The ruined remnants of what was Igor Mark, whatever it was, 5. We hardly knew him. I mean, he was not around that long. You can see Golag, his nice clothes all scorched by that acid grip that had been cast upon him. But the curious thing is as you look around, there's no sign of the apparatus that you saw. You were all in a warehouse with boxes stacked up in here.
Yeah.
And in fact, there is a person, a dwarf, who is working in there, who seems to be walking along, from near the back where that that office was. He seems to have gone to check on something, and he looks up. Who are you then?
2 men down. Accident. We need help.
Oh, well, what's it? Oh, he races over to try and assist. Golag and Dr. Ursprung, I believe you were both stabilized when we last saw you. So why don't you bring yourself up to 1 hit point each as you come to?
Okay.
And you can see that there is a... oh, you know what? I'll bet you. I got the wrong tokens.
Mine seemed to change. Oh, no, it didn't.
It changed, but what you have is the regular tokens, not the 7th level tokens, right?
Yeah,
so, hold up. Let me just quickly...
Yeah. My hit points are too high.
Yeah.
On the token.
Oh, 7... Oh, hold up. Because 7th level Dr. Ursprung is showing as having 98 hit points as well. What's going on here? Or maybe, did you always have? No, you should have 87.
No, 87 normally.
Yeah.
82 for me.
Yeah. So what's going on here? Let's see. Let me see who it's selecting. Oh, you know why? Because... Now that's fucking peculiar. Oh, wait, wrong person. Dr. Ursprung. 7th level Dr. Ursprung. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's not actually setting... It's just setting random numbers. They're not actually keyed to the character sheet. There we are.
Can't you drag and drop the icons?
Something's happening here so that it's linking to the... However, the...
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's really weird.
However, it's working. It's linking back to the original, which is probably the way that it's intended to work, right? When I copied these characters, it's now linking back to the original characters as opposed to the 7th level versions. But I can fix that quickly here. There we go. Fortunately, Basil's not leveled up, so see, Ingolf was just planning ahead. So it wasn't a matter that he didn't level his character. It's a matter of...
No, I'm leveled now, so actually...
Oh, what is going on here?
So we should be at 69 hit points, and this is a leveled up 8th level version of Battle.
Okay. Oh, you know, hold on, I can't remember if you guys can edit this or not. Oh, no, you can do that, yeah. Okay. And hero points.
Here
we go, and focus points. Let's see. There you go. Look at that. Boom. Here, Golag. It's your 7th level equivalent. And Basil. Go. That one appears to be correct. What's going on here?
No, that's 8th level.
Ah, here we go. There's Basil not cheating. And hero points. Hit points.
Yep, that's correct now.
Hero points. There we go. All right, so you guys come to, and looking around, you see the exact same thing that Basil can see, which is to say that there is no sign of the apparatus that had been operating in here. What do you guys do? This guy is like, how'd you get in here? Where'd you come from?
Yeah, that was
how'd they get out?
Yeah. That was kind of a mishap. An unfortunate experiment at the university. We are very sorry.
Give us a diplomacy check. Please.
Yes. I had opened the wrong character sheet.
Would you like to hero point that?
Yes. This was just...
Okay.
But On the other hand, I mean, such a blatant lie.
Call the police. Okay, so yeah, with some careful, and selective truths, Basil, you're able to convince this fellow that there's just like it's some kind of mishap or whatnot. He sees how unusual you all kind of look, so I guess he is happy to excuse it a little further. Dr. Ursprung and Golag, what are you guys doing as you're staggering and kind of looking around? Like perhaps there's no sign of the racks that are in here. The smell of ozone that was in here before is utterly gone. Basil seems to be acting as if he recalls things, and maybe there's a moment when the two of you look at one another because you were unconscious to think like, did I?
Yeah. The tulpa experiment, it was a success in a way.
So have we still got memory of it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tupa what? Says the dwarf.
Yeah, it was the name of the experiment that was going wrong. We are very sorry. We will leave immediately. I'm sorry.
Well, he's kind of like muttering away. He doesn't really take any action until you guys. And he points at the scrap that is Igor, and he's like, "Well, who's going to clean this up then?"
Oh yeah, we take it with us. It's one of our machinations. It's just you know who this is? I pointed Golek.
Some fancy dressed fella who needs to get his clothes fixed.
Yeah. He's called Golak. He's the son of Dark,
Pleased to meet you, sir. I'm straightening my trousers.
Doc, of the Paridar agency.
Yes.
Well, I don't want no trouble with them, with the Docksman. Let me help you with that mess that was there. Was that a person?
It was a machination, an automaton.
It's a machine, man.
Yeah.
Do not concern yourself. There was.
Well, he's not one of them automatons, because them's got rights. That'd be a murder.
No, it's just a machine. It's just parts. Don't worry.
Oh. All right.
And I'll start picking up the bits and.
You all right? You both look quite hurt.
Yeah,
you're correct, sir. And I'll officiously help, but I'm not sure how much help I'm being.
No, you kind of get to your feet and you wobble a little bit.
Yeah.
And the doctor, do you wish to administer any first aid while this dwarf fella? I think we need to give him a name. His name is Hubert. Ubi, you can call him.
Yeah, I shall. I'll do some treat wounds on Golag first.
Okay.
Let's go for a 30. Nope. So that's just.
Do you want to? Did you say 30?
I mean, sorry, 20. Hoping to get a crit.
Got it. Yeah.
That's what I always do.
Everyone gets a hero point too. It's noon my time, so if you want to spend a hero point, you can go ahead. You want to keep that?
I'll just do a normal one, I think. So,
okay.
Just in case. So it's was it 2d8 plus 10? That's 18 back for Golag, and then I'll attempt the same thing for me.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So what is that? 4d8 plus 10?
Yeah, 4d8 plus 10.
Nice.
I get 32 back.
Wow.
That's good. And then I can do it again in 10 minutes because of me.
I think you added to your hero points instead of your hit points.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow. I'm set up for this game.
You have your choice. You can either add it to your hero points or your hit points.
That's my new upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you want to
It's
treat
quite valid.
Basil as well?
I will do that if I can't remember how many I can do at once, but
Yeah.
I should do the same. He's obviously looking after himself today,
Yeah.
so you get 17 back for Basil.
Yeah, that's okay. I wasn't that badly hurt.
No.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, in 10 minutes I can try again.
This time, maybe I should add.
So then you administer some first aid. Hubie helps you get a box to get the remains of Igor into it, and then off. He still is a little confused as to what's going on, but you can tell he's been cowed by the mention of Doc and the Paridar Detective Agency, so he doesn't want any trouble with them.
Yeah. Maybe we should just give him a coin, so something like that. So I look at Golak, who does the tipping.
Was this decided on? And I fish around with a bit of consternation. Pass many business cards and
he'll kind of like, no, it's happy to help. I don't want no trouble. If you just be on your way.
Very good. Very good.
So we find you standing outside of the warehouse. Your body is aching. The sound of Gwendolyn Fallow's last words still echoing in your ear, but it seems as if the day is going to be carrying on as usual. This isn't a terribly busy part of town, because these are smaller warehouses around here, you may remember, but your vehicle is parked not far away.
Yeah. Do we see the white blossoms of Paridar? So is it like still okay?
Yeah.
Some things obviously never change.
We need to get to the university.
Yeah, I'm wondering what, since the warehouse changed, I wonder what else changed. Like, what else?
Yeah.
Things have unwound.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so in the best possible scenario, there will be no one expecting us, because they don't even know about what's going on, because it never happened,
But if we're still here, then maybe they're still at the university.
Yeah, we can try.
To the vehicle?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. So the lot of you pile back into the vehicle, and I mean, everything seems the same as before. What are we using as the university? Let's see. Let's just use this. Oh, this one here. Go. I, of course, have labeled none of the... oops, what's going on here? None of the pages here. There we go. So when you arrive, you find that it is like any other day on the campus of the university. Students making their way about, lounging. There's, clearly club activities that are going on the campus. If you are making your way to the College of Magic and the Faculty of Conjuration, you will find his Dr. or Professor Galberry's assistant is surprised to see you. Oh, hello. It's Miss... Did you have an appointment with the professor?
Not exactly. We're just investigating something here, and wanting to get some final clarification whether a certain spell had the effect it should have had.
Oh, I see. He is in lecture at right now, but he should be out within By top of the hour, I would think.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
So if you guys
Does he have any guests? I'll ask. Has he got any guests
guests,
with him? Yes. Anyone visit him today?
You're being most cryptic, sir. No.
Well, other than the students, obviously. We was expecting to meet someone here.
Oh, not that I'm aware of. No one has been down to his office today. Although I should just bear with me, and she'll head out down to the office, and she's gone for a minute or so. Also, you guys have an opportunity to talk amongst yourselves if you like. You would have had the car ride over as well to do so, and I think you can heal yourself up from another round of healing. It would take half an hour to travel over here, so I think you said it's every 10 minutes you can do it, right?
Yeah, continual recoveries every 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
I shall do another round on everyone then. Okay. So, Golag. You will get another 16.
All right.
And Basil. Basil will get 35. Probably doesn't need that much.
Nope. Thanks.
And myself.
Ooh, Golag, you really got to think about what you've done to merit those substandard care here.
Yeah, I have to tip for everyone now. I don't remember that either.
It's a brave new world.
Things have changed.
Apparently.
So was there anything you guys were discussing, either on the car ride over or while she is checking Professor Galberry's office?
I think we must be careful now, not that people think we are insane, you know? If we ask too much about something that did not happen.
Why do you think that we have still got recognition of it? And
because we were at the moment there when the machine was there, and we were in the area of spell effect of this Gwendolyn. So I guess this maybe has something to do with it.
Yeah, maybe she protected herself and it covered a certain amount of the area or something, so she wouldn't lose recognition or memory of it. Interesting. We must check on the others.
Yeah. Golag, give us an occultism check too, because you're the only spellcaster in the group. So if there was some kind of ritual that did affect her that also affected you, remember the ritual that they set up in those cognition machines or cogitator machines. It had a hidden kind of threat buried in it too. So I mean, if you guys were caught up in her ritual, maybe there's a Trojan element to the ritual as well, if that's what's affected you guys.
Might be so. Maybe, but I mean,
there's no way to tell one way or the other without knowing more about it, and the very act of destroying those things may have removed that spell as it came into effect. So who fucking knows?
Who knows? But I mean, I could check whether I have this ring in my pocket still.
It is still there.
Okay, so at least I believe I'm not insane, so that's okay. Yeah. But by the way, do I see a certain Cloyd kobold running around?
You don't see him in here, and if you actually take a peek while she's checking Professor Galberry's office, if you go down the hallway a little bit and look in on that big boardroom where they were working before, there's no markings anywhere to indicate that they had been working overnight. There's no pile of books that you saw there last night. Yeah, there's no indication that they were doing any of the things that you last saw them.
So I guess we should be prepared that no one is aware.
The most important question is how long has a ritual been going on? So if we switched back to a time, for instance, or to a reality where there was no such ritual, it might be that certain things never happened.
Like the death of the partner.
Yeah, like the death of the partner, but also things we did, for instance. Like, I don't know, let's see if Adam's clinic is still there and such things.
I have to check our bank account.
Yeah, and you should check in with your father.
Yes, of course.
But,
Well,
by the way, we can't check from here. Whether there's some painting.
So
of it.
the I can't remember. I want to say Wendy, but I don't think that's actually her name. Comes back and she says, "There's no one in there."
Ah, it must be my mistake. It must be a different time or a different day we arranged. I do apologise for wasting your time.
Not at all. While you wait, tea?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes. Thank you very much.
She goes out to
I'll take
busy
too.
herself with that. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss on the car ride over, or the mobile, whatever, mechanized carriage over?
Did it have a dent in the front of the car?
It did not.
Oh, that's got me out of trouble.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, if it never happened, then it can't be a problem. Yeah.
Your imagination.
So,
I wonder.
I'm just interested what the professor, if he remembers any of our conversation about tulpas and
Indeed.
to see how far back it's
Sir.
unwound. So.
He's our best. He's a good candidate for being able to be frank with and to.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I mean, if I understand correctly, this is like crazy talk. Yeah, well, it was crazy talk when we talked with him about it, and he was not. I mean, he was in a way able to believe it because it was connected to Gwendolyn Fallows, but I'm not sure whether if we say we experienced something that has now been wiped out of reality, would believe it. I mean,
well, like Golek says, I think he's the most likely to understand it. I'm not sure he fully will, but I think he's our best effort.
He could still be potentially helpful. He's the one that understands it best besides ourselves. And for him to keep an eye open for anything unusual, or he may even say something about the unwinding of a tulpa that we're not aware of.
I think we should, if we are trying to find that out, we should actually talk to Ransom Bepwell, because he was the one who, or his sister maybe, because she saw through the tulpa. So maybe she can remember as well, because she was involved in all of that.
Well, we could just ask the professor if he's heard of such a thing as a tulpa, and if he goes, yeah, we were talking about it the other day, then we could just test the water, I guess.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
okay. It's around then when Professor Gallberry comes back in. And there he is. And he says, "Wendy, I seem to have a tickle in my throat. Would you mind? Oh. Well, hello. Mr. Rathbone? Mr. Golag? Doctor?
Professor?
What a pleasant surprise. What? Please, come to my office. What? Oh, Wendy, could you make one of those for me as well? And take them to our office. Come. And you guys make your way along to his office. It's again the same kind of like bizarre things on the shelves and whatnot. He sits himself down. Please. It's rare I see all for three of you. Is Miss... Where is Miss Dumer? Otherwise occupied?
Yeah, we believe so.
Oh, Wendy will be so disappointed. She so enjoys making her acquaintance.
Yeah, we got that impression, yes.
Yes, I suppose. Then sit. And he sits down. What can I do for you?
So, yeah. So let me start with some strange question, maybe. What can you tell us of a phenomenon or a thing called a tulpa?
A tulpa? Why do you wish to know about such a thing?
Well, we had some encounter with Gwendolyn Fallows.
Leshies don't really like blanch when when they're shocked or whatnot. But what does happen is like the little bits of greenery and whatnot that makes up their body, it actually kind of like, closes or, goes down as if it was evening. So what does she wish? Is she planning on enacting a ritual to conjure a tulpa?
Well, it seemed like that. I guess we stopped her. But is she, let me put it this way. Her form changed in a bizarre way. And I will describe how she looked like. This thin and stretched.
So he listens to that, but he kind of comes back to the tulpa once again. What? I'm sorry, but what do you mean she invoked a ritual for a tulpa?
That was our impression, yes. At least that was what we uncovered. But we were able to stop her.
Was the ritual completed before?
Nope.
So, and he seems utterly shocked. We have spoken of this before. Have we? In your mind?
Yes. Do you have some sense of remembering something that maybe never took place?
I have no recollection. The last time anyone had mentioned a tulpa to me was when Gwendolyn was a student of mine. Years ago. So she was successful in manifesting a tulpa, and you undid it.
Yes, that is our impression, yes.
Did I assist with that?
Very much so, yes. Actually, I would say that you did a counter ritual, and we were more like, like a decoy that she couldn't act on it.
A distraction, yes.
Yes, we fought her, and so she couldn't use her magic to finish the ritual.
I am sorry if you've come to... And you have full recollection of the ritual itself.
We do. Think so.
Forgive my repetition. I don't doubt that I have explained it before. But you understand what a tulpa is and what
Yes.
it does.
Yes. She
If
had help and had used some device that probably does not exist anymore.
That is... Were there others who were involved with this?
Yes. The engineer who did the device, or who crafted the device that she used to power her ritual.
Was he connected to the ritual in any...
Yes.
I see. Were you connected to the ritual in any manner?
It seems like that, yes.
And I suppose I was not.
Correct.
That would explain... I am deeply sorry for my inability to offer more insight, but if you have memory of the world where the tulpa had been manifest... He stops for a moment. When did this ritual occur?
I mean, we could tell him the date.
Yeah, like you would back... I think it was a couple of months, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And he goes over and grabs some stuff from the side and brings it over, sets it down on himself, and it looks like, there's like cosmological... The magical equivalent of cosmological charts and such as he's looking at it. Oh my. And again, if I have mentioned this previously, I do apologize, but we have seen at that exact time a change in the firmament itself, the stability of the other realms, and what we had assumed was the doors that may lead between our world and those. They have greatly weakened, if not been cast open. I know not if that is a consequence of the original ritual or the undoing, but it is a grave concern. We have of late identified and are theorizing ways of dealing with it.
Yes.
Did I mention anything about such a thing when we discussed?
Yes. So, actually, we found this weakening of the borders between the realms. We found that before. So it was a common theme of our last cases in some way.
So it was not my and you can see he seems really agitated. You need not make a roll to see. He seems to be concerned that his undoing the ritual has caused this damage.
Yeah.
So his shoulders slump and he says, "Thank the heavenly host. It was not our actions that did this then."
No, it seems more like the general like a number of world-ending scenarios all playing out at once, or in close.
World ending is not an overstatement for the metaphysical, cosmological consequences of this deterioration. But the Tulpa, what was it?
Mm-hmm.
Did she conquer Paridar? Did she summon her shadow creatures?
So far, the only thing we found that had been manifested was some greedy, almost unstoppable businessman who accumulated a lot of wealth. I don't know what her plan was.
Surely not a creation of her design, but one of this physician or this inventor.
Yes. Yes. So, as far as we know, we stopped her until maybe before the parts she wanted to happen happened, but we can't be sure. I mean, whatever she did maybe before even, but she was very eager to stop us before we could stop her, so I think she did not succeed in whatever she wanted to get. But I'm pretty sure also that she will remember.
Oh, she was present. You had said, forgive me, the threat of the Tulpa caused me to... You said she was transformed.
Yes.
How?
She became a serial version of herself, like some other realm creature, a little bit like, I don't know, some dark fairy or something. And I would describe again how she was stretched and thinner, and the arms were longer, and she got claws and so on. She looked more like a hag than like a human.
Golag, your magic, it comes by a pact. That is the nature of your how you have come to magic, not through study, not through a manifestation of your blood. Correct?
This is the case.
There are some who offer more in the bargain, and it can manifest as physiological changes. When a witch asks for more and is awarded it, a hag can result.
So you feel she has a patron somewhere?
I have long suspected that one reason that Gwendolyn went down the path she did is the influence of something that she inadvertently contacted. Your patron is aligned with shadows. Golag, I fear it is something similar in her case. Though the umbral realm of the void in contrast to what the name would suggest, is full of a variety of different entities and creatures. Whatever whispered to her, I think, may have led to her present circumstances. And if she is indeed deformed, as you say, she has given then both soul and body to this thing.
For a time, we found ourselves in a different, seemingly in a different plane. And I will describe it to him. This happened in the midst of our conflagration with her.
There are a number of things it could be. She was particularly gifted in conjuration. But transportation is something she could have invoked as well, either to one of the other worlds or a closet world, a smaller, almost a side room to our own. Or it could have been an illusion. Was it in this other world that you saw her as that hag?
Yes.
Was it exclusive to that, Kevin? Was it?
Yes.
Was that okay?
Yeah, it was only there you saw.
Yep.
Curious. It could have been. Goldegg, did you sense anything? I don't think you had time to think, unfortunately. You got slammed by that fucking acid hand right away, and you were pushing against that and using magic, so I don't think you took any time to seek.
It was all very quick, Professor. We were in unfortunately we were in conflict with her at the time.
Somehow I would just suppose that this form matched her demeanor much better than the human form.
She would not be the first to be corrupted by the call of some other creature, some entity, or god, or devil. Is she dead?
Unfortunately, she escaped in the last. I mean, or we could say we escaped. It depends on your way of thinking about it. We were at each other's throat, literally.
So she lives.
Yes, and has sworn revenge.
If the world has changed, as you say, and it was undone, she may find herself as somewhat off-footing, as you are.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
What do you propose to do now, then? Have you any further leads on her, or what she planned?
No. I guess we could try, and we want to try to find the inventor, because she had contacted him in the other world, and maybe there is a lead or something we can find now, or maybe it just didn't happen. We don't know how the Tulpa was really resolved. We will find out, I suppose.
But if she was successful, would she try it again, do you think? Would she try and reach out to the inventor again and try and repeat the...
What are
think she
your
would-
memories? Do your memories of this world after thwarting the Tulpa, do you remember what happened in this world up until this point? And you guys don't. You remember everything that's led up to the fight, and then that's what you remember. What had, quote unquote, actually happened in this world, leading you up to there, who the fuck knows?
Yep. No, we will find out. So
A couple of hours was... Yeah, go on, sorry.
no, it could be a couple of months actually, Adam.
Well, all I was going to say is a couple of hours ago, the professor here was helping Babwell and his family to stop this ritual, and we were fighting with Gwendolyn, which I assume is different to your day that you've had, Professor.
Oh, indeed. It has been a most routine day. Lectures and students and... Mr. Rathbone, remind me, I have Penny Dreadfuls featuring your adventures. Would you mind signing them for a student before you depart?
Yeah. Yes. I should write for Cloyd.
I know not whether that is something to account to these changes or to your detective acumen.
Yeah, I would be proud if it was my acumen, but actually I met him and he was very helpful indeed. He played his part in resolving our problem.
That is... If you could sign them to him, he would be most grateful.
Yes. I would.
I fear, though, that explaining his involvement, whatever it may have been, would be a deeply troubling...
Yes. You should do that. Actually, I think you should not talk to anyone about this. Because I wasn't even sure if we should talk about it with you, because I was thinking that you would say we are insane.
Had I not been familiar with both your characters and with the concept of a tulpa, I may have done just so. Fortunately, I am familiar with both. But I would agree with you. The fewer, if it is possible to manifest a tulpa, the fact that such a ritual could be performed successfully is a very dangerous prospect to share with any. If it remains an untested theory that seems unlikely to succeed, I think that best for all concerned. Don't you?
Yes.
Then, is there anything further for which I can be of assistance?
So what do we feel that we should do next, if anything, in this regard? I mean, I find myself curious as to what Dr. Babwell recalls of the whole affair, but what do we think we should do?
Was he the only one impacted by the ritual?
interestingly enough, he didn't know about the ritual when it was, or he didn't realize there even was a tulpa. But his children and his sister and other blood relatives maybe.
They saw through it. They saw through the illusion, if we call it that, and they were what allowed you to help us break the ritual in the end, the connection with the family.
Then with that connection, they may themselves have recollection of the world in which the tulpa existed.
Yeah, we will visit them and ask.
We will visit them when we're finished here, I think.
Yes.
Is there anything else for which I can offer assistance? For instance, in my drawer I have hero points for everyone.
No, they are very welcome.
Of course.
I think you don't realize how much you have helped us over these last few days, Professor. So
Indeed.
We should be thanking you.
Mm-hmm.
I am
We don't have
certain.
any hero points for you, but we are.
I am certain
grateful.
that you have, if you have thwarted this, you have done a greater service for all of Paridar than we could owe, or that we will know. What will you do now, then?
Well, we will let's meet some inventor, I suppose. Or his family, his sister, actually.
I'm interested to see if his partner still. His partner was killed by this tulpa soon after its conjuring, I believe. So it'd be interesting to see if his partner is now alive again.
Yeah, we will do that. Let's just...
That and the status of Zane Saxon.
Yes.
Mr. Galberry says, Saxon, who is that?
Yeah. I don't think it is wise to tell Professor Galberry all the details of this other thing. I think it's just the less is known, the less it is likely to be made again, I suppose.
Saxon, I take it, was the tulpa?
Yes.
Ah. Yes, I have no recollection of such a name, but...
Yeah. Let's just find out the usual way. I mean...
Very good. Then, anything else you wish to ask of Professor Galberry?
Just in case, we thought that maybe some kind of canned light or something, or some kind of the idea of making use of light was a powerful weapon against the shadow creatures she conjured. Maybe there is some way we could at some point get some kind of help there to have some I don't know, some like I don't know, some thing to produce some beam of light against such a creature or so. Because to be quite honest, we only got out of there alive by just one hair or something. It was.
It may seem facile, but the fundaments of the metaphysical cosmology has a diametric relationship in many cases. Water opposes fire, and earth opposes air. And as you've observed, light opposes shadow.
Yes.
You can feel, Golag, your shadow is almost like shifting in its seat, as it were, under your skin.
Yeah, it likes being talked about. I mean, who doesn't? Really?
I think it's the discomfort of being exposed to bright light, potentially. But the manifestation of many of the invocations of the heavenly host replicate such light.
Ah, I see. I see.
Indeed, it is.
So I will, yeah.
Quite
I will
literally,
ask who.
when they say they are a light against the darkness, it is in some ways that.
I see.
Anything else you guys wish to ask of Professor Galberry?
No, I think so.
You enjoy your tea. He assures you that if there's anything else he can assist with, he will be happy to do so. Otherwise, Wendy says goodbye on the way out, and you guys make your way across campus once again. Once you are out of earshot with him, or of him, you can talk to one another again.
I guess we head to the Babwells. So it's a weekday. It's a weekday afternoon. Is that right, Kevin?
I think we should
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, we could head to them and talk to the children, but I don't know how you would do that without being creepy.
We could speak to the sister.
Yes, I think that would be much more reasonable.
Okay. So if you wish to head there,
Yes.
there'll be in a. Let's see here. Do I have a nice? There we go.
It's such a pity, yeah, that Sally isn't here.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. She is on my time zone right now, or at least on her way here.
Yeah.
James
But
is going to be.
could.
He's going to be in North. He's in the U.S. For this whole week for work. What were you saying though, Ingolf? Sorry.
No, I was just saying that she could talk to her without getting some suspicion, because I guess she would be famous enough that people would want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Whatever she would want.
Okay.
I'm realizing too that I suppose it's possible that the IOU doesn't recall their interactions with us. You think?
They might even not exist. We don't know it for yet.
IOU was in existence before, because remember it was with the Nalfeshni that you guys first encountered them.
So this was. I thought that the Nalfeshni thing was when the ritual was going on, because this happened month before, but
It may have, but it may not have undone everything. It like
no, I don't.
He was not. They can't. You're correct, but what it might have undone is your reconciling with IOU.
Yeah.
Because remember, you guys did have that brief encounter with them, and then it was Matthias who approached you to try and kind of bury the hatchet. That also led to a bit of a, not a peace offering per se, but at least Golag's father wouldn't send the IOU to physically impose on you guys, which is what's his name wanted. But Saxon had hired them to spy on you in the first place, so so that may have been undone. But IOU may still be lurking out there. Then,
okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that you should really check what your father is thinking of you, or you should maybe meet your uncle again.
Hey, Dad, thumbs up, thumbs down.
It's on the list of probably meeting Skulldug at our bar. I mean, if I recall correctly, it was pretty obvious just sitting in the bar that there was something odd going on. So I might think a meeting with Skulldug would quickly reveal what the status is.
Okay. So, what would you like to? Well, where would you like to go now?
Yeah, let's meet the sister first, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be Ms. Isabel Turner. Mrs. Isabel Turner. So if you make your way to the Turner residence, it is, you may remember, she's married to the prestigious Dr. David Daniel Turner. And he is quite well off. So it seems as if whatever has changed, she still remains married into a substantial amount of money. You may remember they are sort of aristocrats, but they were aristocrats on hard times when they were kids. And it's the her and her brother were, you know, poor cousins of Carter Harrington, the partner who did finance the Babwell Logistics. Who's going to knock on the door? Or are you all going?
Probably I'll go.
Okay. So if you knock on the door and it is a servant who answers the door and looks over, yes?
Hello, we are we were hoping to have an audience with Mrs. Babwell.
Mrs. Turner.
Turner.
Oh, Turner.
Babwell is her maiden name.
Right. Turner.
Yeah. She kind of looks at you funny. Did you have an appointment?
Sadly, no. We're we apologize for the extemporaneous nature of our visit, but if there's any possibility she's free, we wouldn't hopefully take too much of her time.
I'm afraid she's unavailable. If you'd like to leave a message for Dr. Turner, I can have him contact you.
Do I have the impression that he is somehow trying to be like I don't know, sidestepping or something like this, evading what her condition is?
Yeah, there's what you would guess is that this is a servant who is, you know, trying to avoid embarrassing her employer.
Okay. So yes.
Would you care? Have you contact?
So let's just Adam. Maybe you should leave your card here because maybe there is a chance to talk to her. This is Dr. Adam Earthsprung. You probably have heard of him.
The charity worker. Yes, I have. Is that? Why don't you give us a diplomacy check, Basil? Just to see if.
I believe the Turner family were gracious enough to give a donation at my last event.
Oh wow!
Yes.
So the looks back and she kind of pulls the door slightly closed so it cannot be overheard, and she leans in. Are you going to see Mrs. Turner to provide treatment?
If possible.
I would like to have the opportunity, if possible. Yes.
That if she is well enough, and if you feel it appropriate, please tell her that Mary sends her love and a speedy recovery. Please. She's a wonderful lady. Would you care for me to pass this along to Dr. Turner? Does he know? He must know of your involvement. Would you like me to tell him that you were here, that you had called? He is at the hospital today.
We'll probably catch up with him shortly. We don't want to worry him, but we're just hoping that Dr. Ursprung would. We just wanted to make contact, touch base, and get that started. But we'll speak to him ourselves. We appreciate all your help.
And we all miss her terribly, and we wish for a speedy recovery for her.
Indeed.
Do I know which hospital he works at?
You do, yeah. He is really, just by way of reputation, he is one of the more. He is He is seen as I'm trying to phrase this properly. He is seen as a distinguished and accomplished physician by virtue of his social status, primarily. He is more of someone with a med practice who does administrative stuff, more so than a gifted physician. That is the background you heard from him before.
So they're saying that basically she's at the hospital where he works. Is that what I'm taking from this conversation?
Where Dr. Turner is, yes.
Yeah. So we could go and visit her there then, I guess.
She has not said where Mrs. Turner is. She said where Dr. Turner is.
Yeah. So he might keep her somewhere else, but I think we are in a way done here because we can't.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also had Dr. Ursprung, depending on the nature of her illness. I mean, that would inform where she might be.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, originally we had determined that she almost was put in a sanitarium. So wherever that is, there may not be too many sanitariums. I mean, maybe there are, but that may limit the choices of where she's
for that strata of class. Yeah, no, because there was it is
that's the same one where your girlfriend was, maybe.
Yeah.
Correct.
Whose girlfriend?
Has that changed too?
Oh, the painter.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and Dr. Ursprung, you had a contact with him as well.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember what his name was, but I don't have it on the handouts at least.
Who is this?
The physician who runs the sanatorium.
Oh.
Hold up. Where's the handouts? I think in the Faces of Paridar, it might be in there. Let's see.
Yeah. What could go wrong if you have a couple hundred of NPCs and
keep adding to them, and here we go. Adam Raycroft. Garfield Wakeman. Dr. Garfield Wakeman is the chief physician at Innsmouth Sanatorium.
Is that a upper class type establishment, or is that for...
Yes. Yeah, like the places where the lower classes go, it's just called the Madhouse. So they are placed. Yeah, the quality of care is commensurate with the amount of money that you have access to. Innsmouth Sanatorium is a place where people with money will go and receive treatment.
So I don't think we should ask the servant here where she is. Should we just try the...
Yeah.
Garfield?
Yeah. Basil rolled incredibly well with diplomacy. If you wanted to, like, say, confirm with her that that's where she is.
So Miss Turner is still at the Innsmouth Sanatorium, isn't she?
She is, yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we weren't sure, so we heard some rumors she might be here. So I'm sorry for us.
We pray to the heavenly host for her return and her quick recovery. But with your help, Doctor, hopefully soon.
Oh, I will do my best, and I have faith that she will be returned shortly. I would hope.
Good. Then, is there anything further you wish to ask of this servant?
Nope.
No.
No.
Thank you for the time.
Everyone gets a hero point, and guys, we're already at our mid-session break. So, for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Cool.
All right. So, having learned of the current place of Mrs. Turner, where would you guys like to go next?
Let's go there directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the Institute.
Okay. So you make your way over. Oh, I think we have to go change. Do you want to do another round of first aid, too, Doctor?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's start with Go Lake. See how we get on. Hey,
Nice.
back in the good books.
We're getting along again.
That's 26 back, and one for myself. Yes. 31 back.
So I think. Let's see. This one?
Getting it.
Yeah, this will do. All right. Let me get rid of some stuff. Oopsies.
I think Golag at this point noticed when he walked by the car that the dent wasn't there. It took him a little bit. He's like, and he gets out his kerchief, gives it a little.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh. Tulpas taketh and they giveth back. And
Upsides to everything, I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
Boards the carriage.
So, you guys arrive at the exterior of Innsmouth Sanitarium, and it is you can hear the sounds of the screams of patients within. This is not a very happy place. While the medical care of that is offered here is going to be among the best, there still is a rudimentary understanding of how best to treat these folks. So you meet with, and I think we've established that, what's his name?
Garfield, did you say?
Yeah, Garfield Wakeman is the thing, but I think I had a... What's his name? John Glover is who I'm thinking of. I think I'd used John Glover as a reference. Let me show you you'll recognize the actor when you see him, but that's the actor I've been using as a reference for. So, when you knock on the door, it takes a little bit before an orderly answers the door. Yes.
We'd like to speak to Dr. Garfield Wakeman, if possible.
Who's calling?
You can tell him it's Dr. Adam Ersprong.
Kind of through the slot, he looks you up and down. Idiot. Closes it, goes in. There's a wait of about 10 minutes. Comes back, you hear the chunk, the sound of the lock being thrown, and the door opens, and a burly orderly shows you in. This place really has as much in common with a prison as it does a treatment facility. Leads you along to the office where Dr. Garfield is located, and he is talking to an orderly, and then as soon as you walk up, he sends them away, and he says, Dr. Ersprong, how lovely to see you again. Have you are these patients of yours?
No, these are my companions.
Oh, I see.
I'm on business. I'm here to speak to you about one of your patients, actually.
Indeed?
Yes.
What interest would you have in one of my patients, I wonder?
I believe you have someone by the name of Isabel Turner.
Doctor, you've answered my question with a question. It's very artful of you. He's kind of looking at you with this kind of wild look between glasses, but he's not answering.
I have a working relationship with her brother, and I would like to see if there's anything I can do to assist.
The
with the treatment.
inventor.
Indeed, Mr. Babwell.
I trust that her brother is not second-guessing the judgment of her husband. He is quite confident in my treatments.
As am I. But I'm intrigued in what troubles her.
Indeed. Is that why you had Ms. I'm trying to remember her name here. What's the name of the painter?
Vesta? Vesta King?
Vesta King, yeah.
Is that why you had Miss King discharged from my facility and into your care?
She's an interesting character, and she was involved in something we were looking into.
Why don't you give us a diplomacy check there, Doctor?
Oh dear, okay, let's let that go.
Madison, you're just picking on me a little bit.
I'm going to attempt that again.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
Okay. So he says, what interest does her brother have?
Obviously, he's concerned for her well-being.
I assure you she's receiving nothing but the very best of care that our facility can offer. Are you suggesting that she would be better in your care as well?
I'm intrigued in what troubles her. Maybe you could share some light on the subject.
Doctor, you are asking me to share idle gossip about a patient.
No. Just purely as a doctor to doctor, we could maybe refer notes, and I think she may be affected by outside influences that you're not aware of.
You were suggesting I have insufficiently diagnosed her.
That's not what I said, Doctor.
But I think that is your meaning.
You do not have all the information, possibly, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, why don't you tell me the information you have, and I will be sure to incorporate it into her care. And I will discuss same with her husband, Dr. Turner. I take it you have spoken to Dr. Turner about seeing his very troubled wife?
That was next on my list.
Oh. So you have not sought his approval to see his wife? Doctor, I think both. Dr. Turner may find that a questionable lapse in your professional judgment. Oh. I will tell you this, Doctor. As one professional physician to another, I will not share this news with Dr. Turner. But if you return with approval from him that you might see this patient, then I will agree to seeing her. Otherwise, I cannot in good conscience allow someone so troubled to be troubled by someone who is not even approved by her loving husband.
I understand, of course.
Of course you do.
And I would expect nothing more from a professional like yourself.
Of course. And he leans forward. You could, of course, share this extraneous information with me, and I will incorporate it into her care.
It's still under investigation, so I do not want to add any extra burden on your treatment and confusion that could be
Of
incorporated.
course. And I appreciate that. If there is nothing further, Dr. Ursprung, were there other patients of mine you wish to second guess my care on?
Of course not.
Oh, of course not. Well, then good day then, Doctor. He kind of looks over at one of his orderlies and gestures his head, and the guy's like, hey.
Okay. Yeah. I shall turn and lead the group away.
Okay. So, you lead him outside, he leads you guys outside, and you are left out, and you hear the door close, and chook, chook, the locks are back on.
I remember him being more forthcoming.
Maybe he's changed somewhat or been affected.
I don't think he knew that you were going to take... he's not involved in the treatment of Miss King at all right now. She's only treated by you guys, which means that one noble family that was paying him to treat her, they're now paying you to treat her, so there may be some hard feelings there.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah. But by the way, do we know? I wasn't just sure now. So the family of her husband, they're old nobility, but short on money.
No. The husband has tons of money.
Now he has tons of money. Yeah.
No. Husband always has. She married into money with him. The Babwells. The Babwells were noble family. They did not have money, but the partnership with Harrington, who did have money, is what led to the logistics. The two of them working together.
So, but now we have not the original Gaslight setting where he wants her money and just puts her off to a sanatorium. No, okay. So, yeah, he really might be concerned. I mean, if people say things that never were there, it's a little bit concerning. Yeah.
Well, and the official approval seems to be not forthcoming. However, I mean, Basil, you've broken into prisons before, I assume, so would that you wish to...
I could, but then again, I don't know. I mean, should I? I guess I'm just looking at Guile. Should I?
I hate to leave it where it is. What exactly we do about it is a question that should be on the table, I think. But to leave her in there with no, we know that she's not crazy, or at least this doesn't make her crazy, at the very least, and that we know this and leave her there with would be a difficult course to take. So either we do proceed. We do try to pursue something with Dr. Turner to try to get permission to speak to her. That would be possibly difficult, but not necessarily insurmountable, given Dr. Ursprung's position. It's possible, despite the hostility of her current position. Or perhaps you do go in and to have a conversation with her, Basil, because it's possible that such a conversation which would permit her, possibly offer her an exit from this location. If she has a better understanding, a better structure of what she's experiencing, it is possible that you, any one of us could help her take on a profile, be able to have a profile of knowledge that lets her be dismissed. Lets her be dismissed.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, at least that was the impression of this doctor here, that she will never be dismissed as long as the money keeps flowing.
Yeah, I mean, not if Dr. Dr. Turner requests her to be taken out, potentially he's got enough power to do that, maybe.
Yes, but he will not. I mean, whatever she says, he would just question it, I suppose.
But he's happy to keep it.
More so if we have talked to him before. If she now changes her mind on things she said, that would be probably more suspicious.
I mean, possibly the strategy would employ, once you get her in a position, her herself, Basil, let's say hypothetically you do go in there, once you establish with her the structure of what's happened and put her at ease in what needs to happen here, and then employ her, we need to find a way to involve her husband so that she would make surely he has some contact with her, or at least she could request it or something to this effect, where she requests directly of her husband for what she wants, that what her new way of thinking, or etc.
Yeah, that might work, but I have a different idea, which is a little bit more complicated. I say right now before explaining it, but so we have been to Babwell's house. At least I broke in there twice. If the house is still working like it is, I guess I could break in there again. I could maybe we could talk to him, or Adam could talk to him as my admirer, as inventor from inventor to inventor, and maybe get some information about his sister just by mentioning it or something. I don't know. And then if we could find out that at least this Babwell here knows of Fallows. He does not. If he was contacted by her or something like that and declined working with her, that's maybe what happened. I don't know. Then we could just maybe present to Mr. Turner that this Gwendolyn Fallow cast a spell or something on his wife.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe we could go with the angle that she's been cursed by this Gwendolyn Fallows.
Yeah, because and it would be nice if her brother was somehow a target of this operation, so we could have proof that she actually maybe meant harm to the family or wanted to get back to the brother, something like that.
But yeah,
might be a little bit more complicated, but sometimes a more complicated half-truth is better than an outright lie.
I mean, we could go directly to the husband and just say that, we believe that Miss Fallows is cursed her, and we could say that Guile could try and reverse it or lift the curse. See if we could get an appointment with her, and when we get in front of her, we can tell her that we've resolved the issue and Gwendolyn's no longer got her brother, and maybe try and talk her out of it.
Yeah, we could try that, but so
you want the brother on side as well, potentially.
Yeah, or at least I don't know. I mean, we could check the children by that way. So if you would, I don't know.
Are we thinking that Dr. Babwell will remember?
Well, no, but probably he does. So we will see. But if he did, he would have probably told his sister something. So I guess he won't.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I don't think anyone else remembers it apart.
Even the children, I would feel that the children would know, but they would deem them crazy as their aunts, and it's like some kind of heredity, insanity, or something like that.
I mean, the professor made a distinction of trying to reason of why he did not remember and we did, as I recall. And he, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something to the effect of how we were involved, or we were part of it and he wasn't. And if anyone was involved, certainly that would be Dr. Babwell. I mean, if the professor's reasoning is correct, then he will remember.
Yeah, okay, we will see. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the thing
we'll
was,
see.
up until we spoke to him, he didn't even know about it, did he? And he was heavily involved in it.
As far as you mean Saxon, where his genesis.
Yeah, and he didn't know about Gwendolyn Fallows, I don't think, or he didn't remember her, even though he had letters from her. No, he did remember her. No, he did remember her, didn't he? He remembered the name. He was worried.
Yeah. So let's just see. So normally I would suppose that he would now, because there is no tulpa, remember that she contacted him.
Okay, let's go and speak to him then.
And what's our angle? We are telling him, what are we telling him?
That we believe, because we met her, and she said she wanted to have revenge on us, and she mentioned him or something like that, so that she would take out her revenge on him or his siblings or something as well.
Yeah, I could go in at the angle I've heard about your sister is currently at Innsmouth, and
because we all have, and so Adam already has a patient who was somehow brought to insanity by her involvement, and this Vester King. So I mean, it's not. It seems possible, and if the brother loves his sister, he might just want to believe it, because it would be an explanation. Because I think she was not crazy before a couple of months or something.
It might be a little, we keep in mind too, it might be a little challenging getting a solo meeting with Mrs. Turner in the sanatorium. I mean, we get a meeting, it might not be alone.
No, but we don't want to meet with her at the moment. At the moment, we want to meet with her brother.
No, I understand. I mean, eventually, as we work our way through this plan.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm going ahead a step or two, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah, we'll have to go through the husband eventually, but if we get the brother on side, then he'll be able to hopefully help convince and. Yeah.
What Goleg's thinking of is recurrent billing. He wants to make sure he's got a discrete task that is done, so he can bill for that, and then...
Who in the hell is the client here? That is what we need to be discussing.
Exactly. What's my billable number again? I'm trying to remember.
I haven't checked our account. I mean, we might not have what we thought we had. I mean, good grief.
So, Goleg, if that works out, Dr. Turner will be our client, and he will happily pay the expenses.
I mean, the workers aren't concerned about this until payday arrives, and then when pay doesn't arrive, there's rioting. I mean, this is what we face. So I am very well. Just
go like because my memory is somehow a little bit mixed up. When was the last time we got paid from you?
Routinely. It's
okay.
on payday, of course. Now, where are we going?
So where are you guys going? It's you can assume it's probably getting with all the driving and the meeting with everyone and whatnot. It probably is like mid afternoon by this point.
Okay.
I mean, Babwell's logistics and engineering. He's most likely to be there during the day, isn't he?
Which is a good location, I think. I mean, it's potentially isolating. It gives us reason for a meeting in a meeting room.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange to turn up at his house, I guess.
Right.
Put this on him.
Okay.
Really,
Maybe.
I would say this is a personal matter, and it's a little bit strange to show up at his office with something concerning his sister and her mental health. But you are the doctor; you know better.
Well, it's just I don't know. I also wanted to see if Mr. Harrington was still there.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the. So now that we get to know Mr. Harrington, we will find out that he is even more evil than St. Saxon was.
It's a skinny version, Mr. Saxon.
Right. That same cane.
Yeah.
As Basil's eyes go wide when the cane comes into sight.
Yeah.
Hear it coming down the corridor and knocking on the floor.
Big old metal knob on
Guys,
the top.
I'd appreciate if you stop reading my notes.
So,
Give me a second. I was trying to remember if I had loaded something here.
but yeah, maybe I could just set up a meeting with him at his house or something to discuss it further.
Wherever he prefers, you know, if he... Because I was just thinking the office allows more privacy in the sense of there's meeting rooms. Like in a house, it's a little more to close yourself off from everyone it seems a little more auspicious to me. Whereas in office, you'll say, oh, you know, you tell your assistant, we'll be 15 minutes, and you go in a room and close the door and you'll have some privacy in an office. That was my thinking, but that may not be the case.
If it's the same office and the same layout as before, you guys would definitely have that. Because remember, it was... Oh, here we go. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Am I redoing work I did before? Let's see here. Carter Harrington. I didn't. Good. Okay. Oh, come on, you. There we go. All right, then, guys. You arrived. Let me bring you over to... I think we might have been using this for the Babwell Logistics as well, now that I think of it. So it looks very much like the outside of the Innsmouth Sanatorium, it seems. But you arrive there, and there's a couple things that are apparent. For one, the place isn't nearly as busy as what you had seen when you guys were here last time. Before, there was the sound of things going on inside and whatnot. There's not any of that going on right now. The sign looks like it's in a bit of poor repair. And when you go up, you can hear this, like, what was a busy factory floor. There is the sound of industry in there, but it's not nearly as busy as what the cacophony that was there before. When you guys step in, you do find the same woman working behind the counter, and she looks up. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Would it be possible to speak to Mr. Babwell?
To Dr. Babwell?
Indeed.
Let me see if he's available. And he heads up. And as she heads up, there's another person who comes down the stairs. And you can hear him. He's telling someone that he is going to be out. He's got a business meeting. He looks like this. And she refers to him as Mr. Harrington.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be heading out, Victoria. We'll be back, hopefully in the afternoon, and hopefully with business. All right, Mr. Harrington. And as he passes you all, he smiles. Good day. Good day. Has Victoria seen to you?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Then, good day. And he leaves. You can see he was checking a pocket watch on the way, so it seems if he had more time, perhaps he would be spending more time with you, but, business waits for no man. Mm-hmm. And then you guys are brought up, or she comes back down, and Victoria brings you up to see him. As soon as you guys walk in, and once again, this is what Dr. Babwell looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You need not make a roll, but you can see color just drains out of his face when he sees you all. Like he's seeing something unexpected, and he catches himself on the desk. And Victoria's like, "Are you, Dr. Babwell, are you fine?" It's fine, Victoria. Please. And he forces a smile on his face. Come in. Would you care for... Victoria, if you could close the door. And she does so on the way out. And then he looks at you all. And there's a silence at first. And he says,
So you remember? Oh, I'm sorry. He says.
"It's you."
Okay, so then I say, so you remember.
I thought it a dream, but I suppose I've always known. So it was true then, what I did.
Yes. We don't know what you did exactly before, but we know what you did to get rid of it, so...
What do you mean?
So, you performed the ritual, didn't you?
I did? What?
With Miss Fallow's help.
That was
Do
her
you
name.
remember? Gwendolyn Fallows?
I remember. Yes. Black hair.
Yes.
Yes, I remember. So,
You have.
And you remember us undoing what you did?
you did it. I recognize. You must understand, your faces have come in dreams since I was a boy. And I've known some way that we would meet. So all those things, I created them. The Clockwork Mines.
Yes.
Seems that way.
Then I was right to not pursue it.
So,
Did we undo what I did?
yes.
My children, they were involved.
Yes, they were involved. So how are they? How are they? Are they all right?
Vernie and Rebecca are both healthy children, but they have dreams of a man, bald, large, and with a cane. Nightmares. Really. I've seen him in my dreams as well. And I'm certain I've never described it to them. But they are healthy, yes.
Yeah. Maybe I should talk to them at one point. I have the same nightmares.
You see him too.
Maybe, I don't know. So it would be very nice. So if there is a scar, like where he hit me with his cane or something like that.
Yeah, because you were caught in the wake, yeah. So, like, if any beating that you took.
Yeah, something like that. So maybe it's like, and I show this guy.
Yeah.
It feels like he did it. I still see the rage in his eyes as he threw his cane at me.
I don't... Who was he? Is he?
I think, I'm not sure. And we never really found out because you couldn't tell either. It's like he was all the rage that had bottled up inside of you, like manifested, multiplied by 100 or 1,000 and put in one person.
Me? You're saying I? And as he says this, there's a moment, you can see he's about to get outraged, and then there's sort of a moment of realization, and he's... Of course. Of course it was me. What are you here to do?
The fact that we're here now is a positive. You should not look on this as a negative thing. It means this has been undone. You've got a second chance. If ever you hear this name, Gwendolyn Flowers, or she ever tries to make contact with you again, you must tell us.
He goes over and pulls the door or the drawer open, and he pulls out a letter, and he hands it to you. It's the same letter that his sister provided you.
So
I did not recognize the name, and I did not respond.
yes, do you? So we are a little bit concerned about Isabel, because what do you know about her condition?
I know that several months ago, we never talked much of our dreams, but I know that this man with the cane haunted hers too.
Yes. So.
And when several months ago, she became hysterical, claiming that he was coming. And so my brother-in-law, he had her put under the care of another physician.
Mm-hmm.
I tried seeing her once, but
you think we could reason with your brother-in-law?
We must.
To what end?
You must convince him that this is Gwendolyn Fallow's work and we can undo it. She does not belong in that place.
Can you?
I think if we can speak to her, explain what's happened, Basil can tell her that he also has these dreams. This did happen, but it has been reversed. It has been resolved. She was only concerned for your safety and your family. We can't let her stay in that place.
Was Bella involved with this ritual as well?
She was involved in helping us to get it stopped and saving your family.
Yeah.
You must understand that I have had dreams, my children, nightmares. But Bella, it was nothing like that until she is deeply ill. And I suppose I did this too.
I'm not so sure you did, actually. I know that when we talked to you at another place and time, you you were basically ganging or banging up yourself because of what happened, but do not. So, just understand this. Gwendolyn Fallow is involved in some kind of really dark magic, and she uses this to corrupt beings around her, and she has done in the past. And Adam, our Dr. Adam Earthbrum, was able to help at least a little bit one of the persons she did this in the past. She did this to in the past. And it might be that he can do it again.
With the right treatment and the right counselling, I think we can save her. We must try.
Indeed.
But it is not, I think it will not help if you blame yourself for what has happened. Because this version of you we are talking to did the right choice.
Meaning the other made the wrong.
Yes, but that's not your fault because you didn't do it.
No. My word has little sway with him, but I will speak to David.
Do you believe that he would be more open if someone from a certain... I mean, if we could have, for instance, the King family being able to just verify what Dr. Earthbrum did for her daughter. I mean, the Kings are a little bit well known, maybe less nobility and less rich, but still.
Anything to... When Bella married David, our business prospects were different than they are now. And if you have something that could lend weight to those recommendations, to your treatment, doctor, whatever it might be, I think that would be of value. I do not think David thinks much of me, or if I am...
Do you believe he wants to get rid of your sister?
I think it was not a marriage of romance. David is a challenging individual. And if you have... Please forgive my rudeness. I sometimes forget, but someone with a important name providing that recommendation, I think would give weight to my recommendations. David is particularly conscious of the status of his family.
You don't feel that he's using this as an excuse, do you? That he's gotten, as Basil said, maybe used this to get rid of her.
I hope that the rumors I have heard of his ways are false, but he would have little to gain in dismissing her. And I have seen Bella, and her illness is quite genuine.
Mm-hmm. We believe that. We believe that. So,
The Kings, you say?
the Kings, yes.
Basil, just because of your sort of notice, your attention to detail, remember that you guys know another member of the Turner family. Because the Turner noble family is extended. I believe it's Captain Turner who discovered Sally.
Oh, so they are related, yes. So we could also provide some, I don't know.
Oh, that's Hunter, not Turner. Forgive me.
No, no, I would.
Is there another Turner you guys know?
Yeah,
I thought there
was
wasn't.
the?
I thought we were talking about that a couple weeks back, or a couple sessions back. Hunter is the name of the captain's.
Yeah, but this is another. This is Eugenia Hunter, and she was. So that was the captain that took Sally on board, and then later went missing because he turned himself into some kind of tentacles, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough when it goes around.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
No, I guess the only person that we could. I mean, I don't know whether something like from the Church of the Heavenly Host could provide some kind of good or some kind of report of us being nice in a way, or not being charlatans.
A reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like, I don't know if Father Hezekiah is the best person to have as someone to refer to.
I mean, maybe the professor, for that matter. You know, university.
Yeah, also, but he could at least. Yeah.
Professor Morris Watson Fole, he's also from the aristocracy.
Yes.
Yeah, because remember that's how he's friends with all of Sally's friends.
Yes, and isn't Daphne also somehow a little bit aristocratic?
Daphne is most definitely aristocratic, although she may be seen as one of the more scandalous members of the.
Yeah,
still a name. The Lagrange name does carry weight.
Yeah. So I mean, we could make a list of all those people.
Okay.
And then hand it over, and then maybe let him do the talking, or say, well, if Mr. Turner wants, we would love to explain it to him in great detail. So we could visit him, or he would come to the agency, as he would like.
Is it possible to set up a meeting?
Yeah, but I think he has to know that there's some supernatural component to the illness of his wife, and a common treatment would not help.
Yeah, the regular treatment that you'd find at the Institute Innsmouth.
I'm sure Dr. Wakefield's going to love hearing that his treatment isn't just insufficient to the needs.
I shall be down his throat if he gives me the chance.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean.
what would you? Is there anything further you wish to speak to Dr. Babwell about?
Well, we're leaving with the. Is it going to be possible to set up a meeting with this?
With Dr. Turner? I can do so, but as much as you can do to corroborate what you are recommending, I think it would go some way to persuading David to at least meet with you. If you can help, Bella, please. We have little money now, but what influence I can offer, I will do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm really sure that I might be able to help your children just by talking to them.
And maybe I'll be able to give them something to help them sleep, at least, if they're struggling to get to sleep.
Would you care to come for dinner?
Yes, we could.
Yeah, it'd be delightful.
I will. I will let Lily know. And send word. This evening? Tomorrow? Tomorrow we'll give her time. It's late afternoon right now, so like, if you guys showed up for dinner right now, this would be the proverbial 1950s. I brought the boss home for dinner kind of situation.
No, that's okay.
Tomorrow
that's
then.
Perfect. Yeah, perfectly fine with us.
And then he sort of like, having not dwelled on these like dreams he's had since he's a kid and whatever else, he then kind of looks. Forgive me, Art. Is your name Adam Ersprung?
Yes.
You're the one who constructed. You had published something recently. Non-sentient automatons. Or semi-sentient automatons. Did you not?
Did I publish something?
Probably. One of the ways you circulate ideas is, as an engineer at least, because remember, you're also experimental, you need to be getting ideas from everyone else. One of the things that is unique about Igor is that he's not quite fully sentient and a separate a sophont, they would call it in Traveler, where they're entitled to full rights, but they're also not as simple as like, I'll follow one specific instruction. The level of semi-consciousness you've established with Igor is a remarkable thing, and it's probably something you've published about.
Okay. Yeah, I was just checking. Yes, I'm very interested in the automation of machinery.
I don't doubt that you are quite busy, but if you remember what the other me did, is that right?
I do, yes. Quite brilliant, actually.
That's very flattering of you to say. I have intentionally avoided certain areas of inquiry and speculation so as to avoid any potential of repeating mistakes from before. But if you've seen where my mistakes have been, and knowing your familiarity with automation, perhaps we might colloquy at some point. Discuss, what do the tradesfolk say? Talk shop.
I would be honored to discuss it with you.
And if I venture into any dangerous territory, I will not take offense for you to correct me.
I would be very happy for you to, use me as a guide, if that's what you're looking for.
Perhaps after dinner tomorrow, we might discuss.
Yes, I'll bring my notes on Igor, as I like to call him.
Igor. Huh. I would greatly enjoy that. Thank you, and forgive me. When you are prepared for me to make the arrangements to meet with David, then I will be happy to do so. If I do not hear from you before, I will look forward to seeing you at dinner tomorrow.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you. I don't remember what you did, but I trust that you had corrected a terrible blunder on my part.
But let me reassure you in one matter. At all times you put your family before yourself when we were dealing with your other version, let's call it. So your heart is still strong, and your kindness did show through when it mattered.
Thank you for saying so. It was a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening.
Indeed, we look forward to it.
So then, you make your leave of Dr. Babel, unless there's anything else you wish to discuss with him.
No, I think we can.
So, you have an opportunity to speak to one another outside once again. It is late afternoon right now. The coal and smoke-filled skies are growing dark.
So confirmation of some sorts of the professor's reasonings of who would remember and who would not, I would point out to start with, since he did, in fact, remember. It'd be perhaps helpful to establish who now we think, in addition, would remember at this point.
Another slightly strange thing is that he's been having these dreams since he was a child, though. It's almost like it's been lodged in his memory.
Indeed.
Even though it's only been a few months. So it has had some of it is still stuck. The Saxon is still there somehow. As if he'd always been here.
Yeah.
He remembers, Mrs. Turner remembers.
The children.
Yes.
Children.
And us.
Us. That's what we have so far.
At least, and I'm pretty sure Gwendolyn Fellow.
Indeed.
Undoubtedly.
Yes. Indeed.
So, yeah.
Anyone? Oh, should we? I don't know if it. It probably doesn't require any contact with the kings if we're going to use them as a reference. You think, Dr. Ersprung, would it be beneficial to have a minor contact with the family if they're to be a reference? I'm just throwing that out there so we can consider
I think Oleg, I think Dr. Adam Ersprung should contact the family.
Is that not what I just said?
Yeah, I think there might be the possibility that you could somehow be involved in contacting the family, and for strange reasons, I'm opposed to that sort.
I think I just said Dr. Ersprung would contact them since he is the person who treated the daughter. I'm optional. You know, if I can be of assistance.
I'll
be happy to speak to them just to confirm.
Golek, I just need to see your living room, and if I have done just seeing what's going on in your living room, then I can maybe change my mind on this.
You guys gave the painting to Professor Morris Watsonfall, didn't you? For study?
Yeah.
One of them.
Didn't we do that? I mean, isn't that also not? Hasn't that? I mean, I don't know.
That happened before. Yeah, that wasn't as part of this investigation.
No, that
And
was
there was no
before,
connection to the kings on or to the.
Okay, so that's good. Yeah.
Unless
Well,
that's
there is a
changed, but
connection to. Yeah. Well, there is obviously a connection to the kings, but
to the kings, yeah. Sorry, not to the. I misspoke. To the Babwells and Turners.
Yeah. No, I was just. I didn't want Golek to talk to the
Vesta.
King again. Yeah.
I mean,
Vesta
assuming
King?
I'm not already regularly talking with her. Go ahead. What? Oh, nothing. So, yeah, Dr. Ersprung, let me know if there's anything I can do. I think you could probably handle it, but if there's anything, any helpfulness I can provide, I am available.
I will be sure to let you know if needed.
You know, one thing that did happen during this investigation was the seizure of Vesta King by Barnabas Steele and the Order of St. Sylvester.
Yes.
That was unrelated to this investigation, so I wonder what the status of that is.
Remind me
Yes.
why
we're about
what
to
we
find out.
know. What did we know at the time? What she
Golag and myself went to see Vesta King, and I was greatly disturbed
Yep.
by, partly that Golag was put into some sort of trance, even temporarily, and his shadow disappeared into one of the paintings. And she was, when I spoke to her, she was talking of how powerful she was and how Gwendolyn Fallows was no match for her, and similar sorts of things she was saying. So I was starting to grow a bit concerned that she was gonna get up to no good, and that's when
Eugenia
call
King, I
her?
believe, she came, or not Eugenia King, whatever Vesta's mother's name is, she had come to you because Barnabas Steele had taken her into custody.
Yeah, but he had taken her into custody because there was a couple of murders or something with symbols which are similar to ones that Golek uses and that
tattoos.
appear in the paintings and so on. So
There
And
was
I-
some.
I think I'd sort of confessed to Barnabas Steele that I thought, she is potentially dangerous, even though I was trying to help her. So yeah,
Did you say you ratted her out? That couldn't be true.
I did a bit. He asked me, what would I do in his situation, and I sort of said, well, yeah, I'd probably leave her where she was for now, and let him do some more interrogation almost, and keeping an eye on her and trying to work out.
Yeah,
what's
but if
going
that is true, then it's probably a little bit. It's not good to use her as some kind of I don't know.
reference.
Witness of character or something for you.
Yeah. There was something that you did Golag notice too, because Golag had not seen the ritual markings before, and I think it was in that meeting or something, or I don't think Golag has met with Barnabas Steele yet. You met with him to have him take the people in to be able to take the
family,
Badwells in, so that may not have happened in this reality. But what you did see was comparing the markings on it. You remember that, I guess, do you remember there was a difference between your kind of magic and what that magic did?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Do you remember what that difference was?
Because the markings were on the painting as well, weren't they?
Yeah, there were markings in the paintings that did not. They were similar in character to what Golag has on his scars or his tattoos, but they're not the same. And I believe it was Golag who made a occultism roll well enough, and perhaps using the Umbronomicon in order to do so. But it was involving not summoning, of bringing something here the way that a lot of your stuff is. It was a matter of opening a passage to elsewhere. So whoever's committing these murders, even if they use the same type of, tradition that you come from, they are trying to work it to a different effect than what your magics are capable of.
Yep.
So, where do you guys wish to go now?
I would really love to, and this is a totally tangent to everything we've done before, but I would really love to know what is going on with these IOU guys. So I would probably, if possible, try to reach out to Annabelle O'Loughlin.
So it's night right now.
Yeah,
right? So you guys may want to.
No. That's something for the next day. But not today. But that's something I would try to do.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys?
I'd like to check in with the clinic, just to check in and have a quick word with Cyrus.
Okay.
But only a very brief one.
Oh yeah, Cyrus's time to shine maybe never happened.
I know it happened.
What about you, Golag?
Well, Guile needs to check on the bank account, first of all, and see what exactly is happening. What status?
Banks are closed.
Okay. So assuming that you guys are heading back to the office then in order to start doing those things, let me bring you back to the Illuminator's office here. Would everyone give us a perception check? Sorry, Ingolf, what were you going to say?
No, I was just wanting to make a quip. Adam, that's only for people like us, For us, banks are closed at night. But if Oleg really needs to know his bank account, then he would...
He'll knock on the manager's door and speak to him. Yeah, of course.
So,
with the statement in hand, like...
Okay.
Perception. Is this related to our investigation? No.
No, it is not, actually. As you guys are going back, you can see once again the evenings. Nat 1, Basil. Pretty good.
No, I will re-roll. It's
Okay.
not possible that I wrote a Nat 1. It's not possible that I wrote 2 Nat 1s in a row. That would be strange. So 33.
Whoa, there you go. All right, so all of you happen to notice. You know that alleyway that is right across the street from your office? The very, high traffic area of sinister folks. Not in the alleyway, but it's kind of standing out. So like more a matter of standing across the street from where your office is than there is. You can see there's a fella standing there who is kind of pacing back and forth, and he's got a hat in his hand, and the hat suggests that he's probably from somewhere other than Paridar. He is looking back and forth, human, and as you guys, come rolling up, Golag with his Isadora Duncan scarf and his goggles on, you guys show up. The falling stars are, high, or keep illuminating is the word I'm looking for. Illuminating the sky above. Oh boy, hold up, where is it? There we go. There is a guy pacing back and forth with, effectively kind of like cowboy boots on, and kind of like an unusual cut of a nice suit, but it's a suit that doesn't look like it fits terribly. It doesn't look like it's the kind of stuff he's typically wearing. And the hat has the look of kind of it's a cowboy hat, for lack of a better reference. He sees you arrive, and the way he kind of grabs the hat in anticipation makes you think that this is someone who's been waiting to meet with you, or at least been waiting for you to arrive. And this is what he looks like. And as you kind of pull up, if you look over at him, or you at least don't try to conceal it, he kind of, it seems as if he's trying to kind of get your attention, you in particular, Golak.
Could be a new client. Well, I guess I can put off this bank statement temporarily.
So if you turn towards him or give any indication that you like make eye contact or whatnot, he'll come walking over, puts the hat on as he does so, and he walks up and hello there. Are you you're Golag, aren't you?
Greetings, sir. Guilty as charged.
Yeah. Nice to, and he shakes your hand. Pleasure to meet you, sir. My name's James Harker. And he takes the hat off and again just kind of fuddling with her. Might I have a word with you inside, sir? It's about a bit of a, well, it's a delicate situation that perhaps, and he looks down at Basil and Dr. Ersprung. Perhaps might be something that you might want to discuss in private.
Sure. Come right in.
Thanks. And he goes in. Basil and Dr. Ersprung, the guy seems quite tall, and he seems like, again, he's wearing a fairly well-tailored suit, but it doesn't, and it fits him quite well, but like the guy's a pretty impressive, like he's got an impressive physique underneath there. He moves like you would see, like, Henri would move. He's very light on his feet. You would think this guy's probably an ex-soldier, although his accent tells you he's not from Paridar. So he comes in. Where do you gesture him towards, Golag? To a separate area, to the study where you meet with everybody?
Yeah, probably the study. Checking in with Sylvan, get his coat, take an order,
Sylvan,
blah, blah, blah.
Bourbon, he orders. Sylvan says, we have whiskey, sir. And, well, that'll do. Thank you, Sylvan. And he makes his way in, and he's kind of nervously pacing around, too. And Sylvan says, will your guest be staying long, sir?
I'm not sure yet, Sylvan. Maybe a new client.
I see. An aperitif for you, sir.
Yes, my usual, I think. I don't know what that'd be. That'd probably be...
I think he brings you something different each time. You insist it's the usual, but...
Right. That sounds good. I'll let Sylvan worry about that and
Master
judging
Rathbone,
him for the bourbon order.
Dr. Ersprung, will you be joining them? If so, the usual?
Mm-hmm. Yes, my carrot juice, as usual.
Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Indeed. So he goes off, and Golag, if you and the others go in, this guy turns around and kind of sees that the others, he's like, what I'm wanting to share with you, Mr. Golag, is something that is it's a little personal, more so for you, I think, than for me.
Okay, should we go?
At your comfort, Mr. Harker, if you think it's more appropriate. These are my colleagues, so they would work with me on whichever. But if you'd like to have an initial consult first, it's not impossible.
No, sir. It's perhaps I'm not being scared. Truth told, I've been thinking of this for a long time now, and if your partners want to stick around, then that's just fine. You see, Mr. Golag, I don't know how quite to say this, but your mother, she's my lover. And the Queen of the Black Sun needs your help.
Do I know her as the Queen of the Black Sun?
And that, guys, is how we will bring this session to a close. You actually have not spared a thought to your mother. And it's something, because you always think, remember, you thought your mother was dead. or you thought your mother, it's just not something you've ever thought. Your mother was out of the picture. But as soon as he mentions it, what the hell's he talking about? And you certainly have no frame of reference of the Queen of the Black Sun.
Okay.
But that brings us to the end of the session, guys. I think we will start next session with you guys at 8th level. So whatever you guys wish to...
I mean, surely that news just drives us into the next level right there.
Exactly. Why don't you tell us what Golag's response is, then knowing that, like, this young fella who looks about your age has just said he's your mom's lover and the Queen of the Black Sun needs your help. What is Golag's physical response?
I mean, surely he didn't see that coming. So he's like, that's a lot to process. He's, what? I think, Sylvan whiskey?
Perhaps off one of those two.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, to phrase it a little bit differently, didn't he say he was your father? At least in law or something like that?
I don't know if that makes it...
Father,
It could make a father-in-law, but he did phrase it as her lover. So.
Yes, I know, but I wanted to... I was expecting that he is saying, well, like, you are my father. But
This is what Basil was thinking, apparently.
yes, I was...
Basil,
I was
turns
sure
over the conspiracy board and starts a genealogy tree for the Guile, or the Doc family.
Right.
All right. So for those listening at home, thank you so much. I think as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where all of us are active. We have channels there dedicated to this game, this campaign, and most of... we do. Most of the games we run on the channel. There's also a link down below. I should say the folks over there are terrific, helpful, knowledgeable, friendly. You are more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs, like, say, The Dark Eye. There is also, if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code Happy Muse Year. It is listed down below. It is easier to type than it is to say. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more, and that'll change as of April 15, 2025. So if you're listening to this after that time, come back to one of our more recent videos, and you'll have the discount code, the current discount code listed there. Last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our stalwart illuminators. So, Sean, Ingolf, and Darren, thank you so much for joining. This was a lot of fun. Another one of these ones where just it flew by with a lot of chatty stuff. We will be back in 2 weeks' time, but until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our illuminators are encountering as they're trying to deal with the ramifications of their last mystery and now swallowing this latest revelation. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.